All right. Peace, 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 family. Let's talk about it. All right, so they just put so much shit up in that little 30-minute clip, man. I almost don't know where to start. They put so much stuff in there. They really did. Like, it's crazy. Hold on, let me sit. I'm on the iPad. We're on the iPad right now, family. But yeah, I might sit right here like this. Fuck it. Yeah. How y'all feeling? So, we just got to watching Inside Job episode 6. If you want to rewatch that on your own, it's on Netflix. That was episode 6, My Big Flat Wedding. And they revealed a whole bunch. The main thing that they spoke about was the flat Earth theory. All right, so they put that out to mock the flat Earth theory. They really exposed Agathar. All right, Agathar is the realm that sits within the planet's core. All right, so I've never really spoken to y'all about Hollow Earth yet on this in the university. I've spoken to you about the planet and it being composed of 9 different realms. However, within the planet, within the center, you do have a center to the planet, and that would be called Agathar. So Agathar is known by most historians or people that speak on this type of occult information. It is referred to as Hollow Earth. So, and it's an actual place. It exists. And it's just funny because they didn't call it Agathar in here, but you can Google Agathar and it'll lead you back to Hollow Earth theories. Hollow Earth, flat Earth. So what they did was they basically exposed the truth about Agathar. All right, and you see how they had that portal set up that led down into Agathar, and they were able to do that because of certain spells and certain ways that the planet was naturally shaped. And Atlantis, like I say, this Atlantis is the realm that we own. So this is headquarters. So when you talk about headquarters, you're talking about this is where all of our, our ancient science labs were held on this realm. So what is all that? Hold on, y'all. Lele. Lele. Go up there and see what the hell they doing, man. That's next door.
Yes, I can hear it from when I was in the bathroom.
What is they doing?
I don't know. It sounds like they banging on something. They might be arguing.
Oh, okay. Thought that was Lele. I'm like, what the fuck is all that? Doom, 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 doom. Better get that shit in order next, though. All right, y'all. Anyway, sorry about that. Before we were rudely interrupted. All right. But I was talking to you about Agathar, right, and how they sealed off the portal to Agathar. They basically just created a metallic hub around it, which they are able to control with a remote. So they exposed that in this cartoon. They wasn't lying when they showed you the ocean and how remember he wanted to go to the edge of the earth. All right. And she took him all the way out to the middle of the ocean to the portal that leads actually into Agathar, which we know is the Hollow Earth. So that's the biggest thing they exposed on here. But they exposed so many more things. Like, for example, notice the scientist, right? He wasn't able to tap into the intellect without what? Using those psychedelics. Remember, he got onto the ship with a coat full of psychedelics. And he worked for the deep state. And he wasn't able to tap into it until he used the psychedelics. That's a real life thing. Like, psychedelics, they use these psychedelics, these DMT, shrooms, and these other different drugs, right, to tap into levels of DMT that they can't tap into naturally, whereas we can tap into these things naturally. This is why I told you the gods and goddesses, we being organic beings, being the masters of the multiverse, we do not need to use psychedelics at all. No shrooms, no DMTs, none of that, because it takes you to alternate states, alternate realms, which Satan has created for you as a trickster. He's a trickster, so you got to remember that. So in the cartoon, the scientist he couldn't access none of his scientific theories or even an outlet for them until he was licking the extraterrestrial tentacle. All right. Also notice the extraterrestrial, when he tried to explain who he was to the flat earthers that took over the ship, dude was just like, okay, I hear everything you said. Oh, excuse me, y'all. You know, I hear everything you're saying, but you're still an alien. Okay? So, also, I want you to notice the military commander, right? He's a hybrid between a human and a dolphin. They actually have those beings because they used to use Area 51 and these other underground bases to create all these hybrid human beings that they might take the dog and take some semen from the Rottweiler and put it inside the embryo of a human woman, right? They did this with a lot of different animals, just trying different experiments. And this is what that represents. Also, notice how he kept trying to get the flat earthers to believe that it was just YouTube. Remember that. He kept trying to get them to believe that what they were just watching was just something on YouTube. Whole time when they went out to the ocean, it was an actual portal. Okay? Jeff Bezos being in this actual series and them saying that, hey, he's the richest man on the planet, that's a true thing. But check this out. Remember they was just saying Jeff Bezos was stuck on a whole different planet and they wouldn't let him come back to Earth? Notice at the end of this series, what was the main thing they said? Jeff Bezos is dead and in his prime, making fun of the fact that he owns Prime, right? But in reality, the real Jeff Bezos been died a long time ago, been killed, cloned, and replaced. All right? They show a lot of shit. They even show you a statue of the Nagas in the deep state's boardroom. Okay, also, notice the deep state, they do this shit to each other. They snake each other. Remember, it was her parents' wedding, but her boss who worked for the deep state had hired another one of his deep state employees to come to the wedding and pose as what? A banker. So you had two different things going on that even she didn't know about, that nobody knew about. So the deep state, this just go to show you how the deep state will hide things from themselves when they doing certain investigations and they doing certain cover-ups. All right? The fact, I want you to notice how at the beginning, before they got on the cruise, she spoke about why she didn't want her dad and her mom to get together. She said, hey, the last time my dad and my mom were together, they created a whole vibration that led to the LA riots. Okay? See, with Inside Job, you just can't look at the big, they say a whole bunch of shit that will go over your head if you're not completely tuned in with what they showing you. All right? The flat earthers, they have been on YouTube for years. But where did they get their information from? Her dad, who just came across to them as some crazy dude that they met in the group chat on YouTube. But the whole time, the dad had all the information and was able to tell them all about the flat earth and these theories and these government programs because he used to work for the government. And his daughter was currently working for the government. So that just goes to show you that a lot of people that get on YouTube and get this information, they have inside scoop to what's really going on. They're not just people talking. Most people that's getting on YouTube and they are able to reel a lot of people in, it's because of the information that they are providing, that they're disclosing. And a lot of information they are disclosing, they are getting it not just from downloads, but you got human beings to do the same thing, like the MMA channel. They know this shit because they are connected to certain sources that are connected to certain sources that understands that this is really going on and taking place. They exposed Agathar and the cover-up of Agathar in this episode. So crucial. So crucial. Um, even with, at the beginning when they showed you the rain, when she tried to sit there and keep her dad from going to the wedding, what did she do? She went out. She had fake rainmakers. All right, had the van sitting outside, intercepting mail, intercepting the invitations. He thought it was raining outside his house. Whole time they had the weather making technology to make it rain. So they was exposing that. I like that episode. And then, you know, the creator of it, he named it episode 6 for a reason. He only got like 10 episodes. So I don't believe that he did that by accident. I watched every episode. Every episode, since it came out, I watched it. They do nothing but reveal and disclose things over and over again. So the main thing that they disclosed in this one was Agathar. And that when people think about flat earth and hollow earth, that the earth, what we could call earth, it really wouldn't be considered flat or round because it's a bunch of planes stacked above each other with a vortex running through the middle of those planes. And that vortex will represent the tree of life, if you want to call it that connects us to all living things and all living bodies within the cosmos. This is an ancient thing. They kind of exaggerated about being able to control the portal, but they did place a portal above Agathar. All right? Remember I told you, ocean is the name of one of our ancestors. So we never had oceans. We had seas. So if you go get into Greek mythology and go look at the Hebrew text and stuff like that, they never called it oceans. They called it seas, all right? So some of these so-called seas are strictly used to just, like I say, hide monumental evidence and esoteric facts that we have. Also, they have put us under many spells as a people. Notice how the scientist, when he was sitting there in the cut, because he hadn't had his drugs, what'd he say? Oh, I'm in a sunken place. So that was them making fun of, you know, the illusion that they placed around us and how a lot of these drugs that they created allows you to tap into deeper levels of self. But the downfall to the drugs is that they are man-made, so they have a worse toll on you etherically and on your astral bodies. So they showed that. They showed that when he wasn't high, he wasn't aware of everything like he was when he was high. All right? So they put a lot of deep downloads in this episode. I want y'all to go watch it back, man. The episode speaks for itself, but I had to touch on it because I want to speak on Agathar, which is an actual ancient realm that exists within the center of the realms. So imagine 9 realms, 4 stacked on top, 4 stacked on bottom, we in the middle, but like an electric tube running through each realm to connect them, right? That electric tube is what they know as Agathar, or what they try to call the hollow earth. Okay, so as far as those, when they talk about those sea monsters that's in the ocean, the Kraken, these beings actually exist, which I've been told you about. So they kind of expose that too. There's no portal to keep those beings from entering up to this realm. Those beings never came up to this level of the surface because it wasn't time yet, which we are in that time now. So you're going to see a lot of beings coming out the ocean, a lot of beings coming out the clouds. Like when I was watching Curse of the Mayans, I might decode that. You know, it spoke about the ancient war. So they like to use these TV shows and these cartoons to tell you the truth, but they still try to mix it up a little bit to throw you off. So at the beginning of this episode, too, when they spoke about the mole people, I want y'all to go look them up. They actually exist, and they are a bunch of regular beings who are people, and some of them have interbred with terrestrials, all right? Terrestrials are the ones that live within the planet, and then you got extraterrestrials, the ones that live outside of the planet. So the mole people are an advanced group of us who have found out a way to still live off the basic everyday livelihood of what's going on in this planet without coming above the surface. So you got this. You got millions and millions of people that live underground, and they call them the mole people. They used to speak about this in schools in the 60s and 70s and the 80s, but they took that out. That's why when the alien, he made fun of that. He said, wow, they don't know about the mole people. You see what happened when they defund the science programs for school. So they make fun of a lot of shit. You got to really listen to them when you watch an Inside Job because they disclose so much, man. But I appreciate y'all for tapping into this lecture. This one wasn't going to be that long because, like I said, the episode was only 30 minutes. And it kind of spoke for itself. But I wanted to tap into it and let y'all know that Agathar is a real place. All right, Agathar is an actual place. Okay, so and when they speak about the Garden of Eden in the Bible, they speaking about Agathar. Okay, in the not Asgard. Asgard is a realm, but Agathar is an actual place too. And of course, yes, they are black. They are carbonated beings, and they actually exist. And sometimes they come to the surface, sometimes they don't. But Agathar is an actual place, and it's the neutral grounds for all realms. Meaning, no matter what realm you stay on in this planet, you know, of the 9 realms, Agathar is the neutral ground. It's a safe zone. It's where all the realms channel their ashe from. Because I know a lot of people say ashe, not understanding what ashe really means. But ashe is the life force, okay? So in the Chinese say chi, which is life force. Sometimes the Indians called it prana. We being ancient beings, ashe is an ancient word because it's more celestial, it's more astral, it's more cosmically, it's more ancient. Ashe is the life force within you. So it's the same thing as chi. So when people speak, then they say ashe. A lot of them don't understand that ashe is a life force. So the ashe is in everything. The ashe is what connects us. So that's why it's namaste, right? Or I salute the divinity in you. My soul recognizes that our souls are one through the ashe, the universal force called creation. I am you, you are me. There is no separation. Peace, reflection. That's what reflection means. It's the ashe. Or Yoda spoke about it in Star Wars and Star Trek, the ashe, the life force. It's around you at all times. This is what you tap into when you meditate. This is the reason why we can manifest, because of this ashe connects us along with our spirit and souls. It connects us back home to our home realm, which is Xylanthia. So the ashe connects us all. The ashe is a life force. A lot of individuals don't know that, but it is. It's the life force, all right? I see a lot of people saying ashe, and not really understanding what it means, all right? But we're going to be getting deeper into the orishas. We're going to be getting deeper into meditation in the mudras. All right, moving forward, they're going to be coming onto the website real soon. You might see those lessons posted now because I'm actually finna post some lessons that's coming up this week, some topics. I know it's Saturday. I know a lot of y'all just trying to chill and relax with the family. I know it's many guys and goddesses that's still working in these corporate jobs, and I don't knock them. I teach you to come up out of corporate. I teach you to start your own businesses, but at the same time, we are in different positions, and we have to take different steps. Like I had to take my own steps. That's why it's imperative that meditation is key. Meditation is everything. You go inside, you tap into the ashe, the life force, the chi, the prana, to manifest everything on the outside. For those of you who still sending many blessings to me and my family via, meditation. I don't want to say prayer, but meditation. Me and my wife and my family, we appreciate that. As you know, I'm attacked a lot for waking us up, for helping unplug us. So little lessons like this might not seem big, but they really are. Agathar is an actual place. And it's just the vortex tube that connects all the realms. So if you ever heard of the hollow earth theory, it's true. And that's why they put it in the cartoon right there to try to, but they still ain't give you all the truth, but they gave you the truth. All right? It's up for you to decipher it. So Agathar, I think I'm going to do more lectures on Agathar, though. Like, I just want to introduce you to Agathar, that it's an actual real thing. And then I want y'all to go watch Inside Job and see how they put a lot of information out there. We'll be decoding more. All right, I'm finna chill with the wife and the family for a second before I vibe out. So I'll see y'all tomorrow on YouTube. And we back in here, what's that? Tuesday. We back on the website Tuesday. So peace to the guys and goddesses of Planet Kai. Now we rise. One, peace, reflection.